Welcome, truth seekers. Confidence is a quality that certain individuals are fortunate enough to inherit naturally, while everyone else has to remain insecure and doubtful about everything. This misconception couldn't be more inaccurate. What you're about to learn in today's video could completely change your current perception. These are not going to be useless tips that only work on paper. They represent genuine and practical changes that have the potential to eternally transform the way of your life. Here lies the pleasant reality. Confidence is, in fact, not just a trait, but a skill that requires development. That's exactly why the top 1% of guys have the most confidence out of all the men worldwide. They fought their own problems to become better versions of themselves, and their confidence grew with each battle they won. Actually, this skill is one reason they're at the very top of society. Confidence is a super powerful tool that almost seems too good to be true because it's based on what we believe about ourselves. The more our brains believe something, the closer it gets to being real. When a man thinks low of himself, just take a guess of what happens. Yes, you're right. He gradually declines into a sad version of what he could truly become. Unfortunately, you might have seen this already, but that's proof that belief and mindset really matter for everyone. You could even ask, how do the top 1%ers keep up such strong confidence? Begin by realizing that it's possible to get worse at this skill, much like anything else if you don't practice it. The reason why the top 1% of men can hold on to their confidence is because they have discovered the best methods to practice and keep up this skill. That's exactly what you'll learn today. The 5 ways these men maintain their confidence. First, they possess excellent mental well-being. How you view yourself is closely tied to how mentally stable you are. Those who struggle with poor mental health, past traumas, and excessive negativity tend to look in the mirror and believe, I won't achieve success because of this, and this, or I'll never win due to that, and that. Now, compare that with how the top 1%er approaches this situation. They look at themselves in the mirror and have only encouraging, optimistic, and affectionate thoughts. Picture Mike Tyson stepping into the boxing ring just before a match. What do you believe he sees in the mirror? A submissive, defeated rat or a savage, wild beast that is about to rip the guts out of his opponent? This is the exact kind of attitude you must learn. Of course, don't think about ripping someone's guts out if you're about to walk into a 9 to 5 o'clock meeting, but master the inner talk based on the setting of the event. Actually, here's a strange thing that can really help your mental health. Think about your death. You might wonder, hold on a second, why should I think about my death to feel better and more sure of myself? But that's the odd paradox. When you understand that you'll eventually die, you swiftly realize how pointless it is for someone like you to spend time on negative thoughts. Death is something that pushes you, and most people don't know how to make it work for them. Monks do this often. Just look at the kind of sureness, concentration, and control they've become experts in. Second, they gather around themselves with people who encourage them. So many times in my life, I've watched young guys with difficulties getting teased by their own group of friends. One of the main causes for many men to feel unsure in today's world is because the folks around them not only don't offer any help, but they even make fun of them and hinder their efforts to improve. Close your eyes for a second and think about your friend circle. Let's say you come up with a brilliant business idea that could exponentially triple your earnings. If you were to share this idea with your group of friends, many of them might just laugh at you. Ask yourself, are these really your friends? Does the word friends mean anything to you? They are nothing but wolves that you need to cut loose. The reason why most of you wouldn't want to cut ties with these friends boils down to one word: fear. You're afraid of being alone, so you'd rather endure being teased than be by yourself. But remember this, my young friend, being alone is the most powerful tool of every successful person. Every person who achieved greatness started by working on themselves in solitude. So whenever you feel the desire to be with these negative people, remember this: a successful person is around other successful people who back them up. You won't find a top achiever being made to feel small by their friends, because they have the self-confidence to distance themselves from such folks. They have great social skills to draw in new friends who truly support them. This doesn't mean your friends should cheer for you when you're clearly doing something wrong, but they should push you toward the right path. Thirdly, they put effort into self-improvement. Lots of men today lack confidence because they don't feel good-looking, disciplined, or capable of talking to others the right way. It's not always a bad thing, because realizing there's a problem is the first step to finding a solution. But these men keep finding excuses to complain about their flaws. A top 1% man takes charge and works to solve the issue that's holding back their confidence. If they used to have an overweight, unattractive body, they exercised and still do to keep in good shape. If their social skills weren't ideal, they forced themselves to undergo a process of improvement in that regard. And if they used to be lazy and unproductive, it's clear they gained discipline through many tough hours of hard work. Instead of complaining about your problems, fix them, as we usually say on our channel. One of the best ways to become disciplined is to start by giving up pornography. Sex is a strong and addictive temptation for a man. Resist it, control it, because a person with discipline overcomes everything else too. Fourthly, they're capable of facing the world on their own. Men can easily feel unsure and lack confidence when they're not in control of their own choices. In this world, having power means having freedom. The more influence you have in society, the more you can shape your own future. The top 1% of men hold onto this power and, as a result, their confidence. They achieve this by putting their focus on their work and on improving themselves. Consider it. How could they not be confident when they decide to move to a new country overnight? How could they lack confidence if they can change their lifestyle in an instant? They possess the power, and that gives them confidence. Most regular men don't have this. Many get stuck in the 9-to-5 routine. This drags them further down into an ordinary routine like sinking in quicksand. And some men who crave a false taste of this power resort to gangs. But, as I mentioned earlier, real power isn't about being capable of causing harm, but about having freedom. Fifthly, they help others. Let's face it, you probably haven't helped anyone in any shape or form in months now. You hear about it all the time, yet you haven't taken action yourself. Being valuable to others is one of the key aspects of keeping a healthy level of confidence, something that men frequently miss. It's because we're naturally inclined to seek approval from others, and the best way to achieve that is by making yourself helpful to the community. Top 1%ers don't just spend their days training, working, and meditating. They also invest a great deal of their time towards helping the ones around them, and not just by giving them free stuff. They give up their earned money and valuable time for worthwhile purposes. And that's an amazing method for them to overcome a day of feeling unsure. When you also begin to assist others, you'll find yourself feeling more essential and valued. Hearing words of gratitude from those you've helped can be the greatest source of motivation. Whenever you feel uncertain about your importance in the world, just go out and do some charitable work. You'll thank yourself later. So, stay true to yourself. Embrace your uniqueness. And let's dive deep into the red pill path together. And don't forget to show some respect. Tap that subscribe button and hit like for the algorithm. Until next time.